What if the pilots of one of the world's most advanced airliners suddenly forgot how to fly? That's the chilling question at the heart of Air France. Flight 447's tragic end, a disaster that claimed 228 lives and exposed fatal flaws in aviation's human-machine interface. It was a routine red-eye flight. Air France 447, an Airbus A330-203, registered as FGZCP, lifted off from Rio de Janeiro's Galeão International Airport on May 31, 2009, at 22:29 UTC, bound for Paris Charles de Gaulle. On board were 216 passengers from 33 nationalities, French, Brazilians, Germans, and more, including a Belgian-Brazilian prince and business executives, plus a crew of 12. The captain, 58-year-old Marc Dubois, had over 10,000 flying hours. His co-pilots were First Officer David Robert, 37, with 6,547 hours, and Pierre-Cédric Bonnet, 32, with 2,936 hours. The plane, just 4 years old with General Electric engines, was cruising smoothly at 35,000 feet. 3 hours in, as the aircraft entered the Intertropical Convergence Zone, a notorious band of thunderstorms over the Atlantic, the mood shifted. At 01:35 UTC on June 1st, voice contact was lost after passing waypoint INTOL, 565 kilometers off Brazil's coast. By 1:49, it vanished from radar, entering a communication dead zone. Captain Dubois, fatigued from a short layover, left the cockpit at 020146 to rest, leaving Bonnet as pilot flying and Robert monitoring. At 2:06, the crew noted upcoming turbulence. Then disaster struck. Ice crystals clogged the Thales pitot tubes, critical sensors measuring airspeed. For about a minute, airspeed readings became inconsistent. At 2:10:05, the autopilot disengaged, followed by autothrust 3 seconds later. The flight computers switched to alternate law 2, stripping away some protections like stall prevention. Alarms blared, "Stall! Stall!" But Bonnet inexplicably pulled back on his side stick, pitching the nose up sharply. The plane climbed from 35,000 to 38,000 feet in under a minute, bleeding speed until it stalled aerodynamically. Its wings lost lift, and it began plummeting like a stone. Panic ensued. Robert called out, "What are you doing?" Bonnet replied, "I've been at maximum nose up for a while." The Airbus's side stick design meant inputs weren't visible to the other pilot, worsening confusion. Dubois returned at 2:11:43, demanding, "What the hell are you doing?" But it was too late. The crew never fully recognized the stall, ignoring procedures for unreliable airspeed, maintain thrust and pitch attitude. Instead, dual inputs clashed, one pulling up, one pushing down. The aircraft descended at 10,912 feet per minute, hitting the ocean belly first at 152 knots, around 02:14:28, intact, but with massive compression forces killing everyone instantly. No distress call was sent. Only automated ACARS messages hinted at the chaos. The mystery gripped the world. Debris surfaced on June 2nd, spotted by Brazilian forces. By June 26th, 50 bodies and 640 wreckage pieces were recovered, including the tail section on June 8th. But the black boxes, flight data recorder, FDR, and cockpit voice recorder, CVR, eluded searchers for nearly 2 years. Multiple phases involved French submarines, U.S. Navy assets, and over 1,100 personnel. In April 2011, wreckage was located at 3,900 meters deep. By May, both recorders were retrieved, yielding crucial data. A total of 154 bodies were eventually found, with 74 still missing. France's BEA led the investigation, issuing interim reports in 2009 and 2011, culminating in the final report on July 5, 2012. It blamed a deadly chain, pitot tube icing, a known issue in 32 prior A330 incidents, autopilot disengagement, and crew errors from poor training. The pilots lacked high-altitude stall recovery skills. Fatigue and night conditions amplified disorientation. The flight director misleadingly suggested nose-up commands, and the crew ignored 75 stall warnings over 4 minutes. Legally, manslaughter probes targeted Air France and Airbus. Charges were dropped in 2019, but a 2022 trial for involuntary manslaughter ended in acquittal in 2023 with an appeal pending. The crash spurred changes. Mandatory replacement of Thales pitot probes with Goodrich models by 2010, enhanced training for unreliable airspeed installs, better crew fatigue management, and improved black box locators. It highlighted automation's pitfalls. Pilots must master manual flying in crises. Air France 447 wasn't just a crash. It was a wake-up call. In aviation's quest for safety, human error remains the wild card. Next time you board a plane, remember, technology is flawless until humans intervene wrong.